Assalamualaikum and welcome to this full course on how to make money online in a halal way, where you will basically learn how to earn freedom, perform hijrah, quit your 9 to 5, quit uni, whatever it is, become a better Muslim in the process, while also doing all of this in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. I'm going to be honest with you, there's no fancy edits, there's no whiteboards, there's nothing here to keep your attention. If you genuinely want to learn how to make halal money online, you want to learn how to start a business and change your own life, change your entire bloodline's trajectory, I need you to sit down, take notes, and give this your full undivided attention. Because let me be honest with you, my journey started when I was stuck in these poopy 9 to 5s. I hated the work I was doing. I was also in uni doing a degree I didn't like. I was not on deen and I wanted freedom, right? I was stuck in these places and I wanted things to change. You might agree with this as well, right? You might be in the same position. I wanted something new. I wanted to have more freedom in my life so I could worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as I wish. But being in these places, I just couldn't. And I failed 2 different businesses because I realized that, I need to start an online business. That's my way out. I started a dropshipping store and then I started a marketing agency as well. And I failed both of them. I won't lie to you. I failed both of them, hardly made any money. And honestly, that was kind of like this big thing, all right? This was my escape the matrix plan. And I failed them both. I wasted a year and a half of my life into these businesses. Until 6 months ago, where I started my current business, which I'm going to teach you. No YouTuber, no guru will teach you their own business model. They will only teach you something else. Agency, do this or that, while they do something completely different themselves. I'm not going to BS you. You'll probably be in competition with me, whatever it is, right? But this is what I do, inshallah, and this is what I'm going to teach you to start, because this has the best leverage and it brings you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's literally a business that allows you to win in your dunya, but also in your akhirah. So let's get straight into it. Because of this business, I was able to quit my 9 to 5. I was able to have insane amounts of freedom in my life. I literally can plan my day wherever I want, however I want, right? I go pray Fajr, I go wake up early in the morning, spend time on my business, work. Then I have time to literally go and seek knowledge every single day while still training and doing everything else I want. Because of the success Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed me to have, I've also gotten recognition from some of the biggest names in the industry that you might know, right? All of this happened because I put my trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I put my deen first, which we're going to talk about in the first principle. But I also took action and did the work. I'm not going to lie to you, I worked very hard. I did the work I knew was going to be the most leverage, that was actually going to move things forward, even though it was very painful, even though it was very hard. And thirdly, I chose the right business model and I didn't chase the money. I didn't do it I want to get 10K a month. I just used my intuition, I used my gut and did what I knew was the right thing to do and didn't even think about the money. Which brings me to my first principle, that every Muslim, you need to understand this. Not only just to make money online, not only just for this or that, you need to understand that everything you want, including the money, the clients, all of this is going to come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are not in control. I am not in control. Allah is in control. And Allah is also the provider. He is the Ar-Razaq, the all provider. And it's not your job, your boss, your clients that are going to pay you. It's Allah. So always keep that in mind. Always have that. It's not anything you're going to do. It's not anything I'm going to teach you that's actually going to make a difference. The money you're going to make, everything is going to come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You need to understand that. You need to embody that every single day. Keep reminding yourself until it's the first principle in your brain, that everything you want, the wife, the money, all of that is going to come from Allah. So make sure you fix your deen, you fix your connection with Allah, and inshallah Allah will fix everything else. Removing sins from your life, doing istighfar, fixing your salah, making sure you're praying on time, you have an insane level of khushu, giving in charity, making an insane amount of dua, all of these things. And of course there's plenty more, but make sure you are online with your deen, you are online with Allah, and everything else inshallah with your business will get easier. So let's actually talk about how online business actually works, because basically what we're going to be doing in business in general, whether it's offline, online, whatever it is, you're basically solving problems. When you solve a problem, pain is alleviated. When pain is alleviated, value is created. And when value is created, you make money. So that's basically it. We're basically going to be solving problems with people, and in exchange, they're going to give us money. And the best thing about online business is one, the freedom. You can work from wherever, you can work whenever, but you also get to choose the problem you solve, and you get to choose whose problem it is that you solve. Which basically means you can control exactly how aligned your business is to your deen and how much fulfillment you find from it. Now, I understand all you want to do is make money. You don't really care about fulfillment or any of that stuff. But I'm actually going to tell you why that matters and why that's something you need to prioritize. It's something you need to think about. Because back here, when I was doing these two business models, I didn't care about how aligned they were to my deen. I was literally doing drop shipping. I didn't care about how like fulfilled I was, bro. Like no one in agency, no one running an agency, no one doing drop shipping is actually fulfilled. Like they show might be like, oh yeah, I love my business. No one likes their business as an agency owner, bro. Geeks. Anyways, basically, why this matters, why we want it to be aligned to our deen, why we want it to be aligned to be like fulfilled from it. Well, I want you to understand this and keep this in your mind forever. The closer your business is to your deen and the more fulfillment you find from the work you're doing, your mission, your purpose, the more money you will make. Absolutely guaranteed. I could put like everything I have on it. You will make more money when your business is closer to your deen, when you're more fulfilled, you're more like purposeful about the work you're doing, because it will become so much easier for you to actually do the work. You will be so much more productive. You won't procrastinate. You will be so much consistent on the long term. And these are the things that actually matter when it comes to success. Every business model works. So you might as well choose the one where you're going to be working the hardest on, where you're going to be genuinely enjoy the work you're doing, and you would love to do it for the next 10, 20 years. Even if you are a billionaire, you would love to do the work for that business model because you genuinely just enjoy it. You find fulfillment from it. So let's actually talk about the business model starting from there. So we're basically going to be using the knowledge we have to help a certain type of person solve a certain problem, which we have solved for ourselves. And I'm going to explain this a lot more in detail, just bear with me. So the way this will work is we basically work with whoever we want, helping them with whatever we want, which basically gives us complete control and also allows us to actually care about our business, actually care about our product, actually care about our customers and get them results. Be a good entrepreneur. And the thing is, you can either be like an OnlyFans model, right? Who's just slutting herself out for money. Like you're selling your soul for money. Like, oh yeah, guys, I just want the money, anything for the money. And you ignore the first principle of this dunya, that the money you want is going to come from Allah. You can be like that. You can be on the same level as an OnlyFans model. Or you can have a bit of self-respect and work on something you actually want to work on. The choice is completely yours. So, what we actually do is, well, one, we figure out what knowledge we're going to sell. Inshallah, don't worry, we're going to go really into detail. We're going to figure out what knowledge we're going to sell. We're going to figure out who we're going to sell this knowledge to and what problem we're going to be solving for them. And then we just market it, all of our solution, all our product in the most efficient way, directed to the people we're going to be selling to. And we choose who we work with and deliver results to those clients. It's as simple as that. Let's actually talk about what we're going to be selling, what this knowledge thing is, right? I want you to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted you knowledge. You already have knowledge in your brain, right? And that's because you have gone through life experiences and you've solved problems for yourself. You've had certain things in your life and you've learned things. And because of the things you have learned, you have gained this thing called specific knowledge. And the thing is, others have the same problem and you can help them solve it. There's different examples here, but let's say that you were a brown man, right? You were skinny fat and you wanted to get jacked, but you hated being skinny fat. You hated your physique. Your mum was making biryani 10, 20 times a day. You were just eating biryani and you looked like absolute crap. You wanted to get a better physique. So you start going to the gym. You start learning all of these things, right? You read books, you read studies, everything, and you learn how to optimize your diet. You learn how to speak to your mom and communicate to her. Oh, mama, I can't eat biryani today. No, I need to eat protein. Can you make me more eggs? Can you do this? Can you do that? You learn all of these little tiny things. You gain specific knowledge on how to get jacked as a skinny fat brown man whose mom is always feeding him biryani. Learning all of these things, after 2-3 years, you actually have a good physique. You actually look good. That is specific knowledge right there. You learned how to level up from where you were before. And you learn all of these little tactics, all of these little things that inshallah will help you progress. And the thing is, there's another brown man. We're going to talk about this as number 2. But there's another brown man who's skinny fat, who wants to get jacked just like you did. And his mum still keeps feeding him biryani. And he would love the specific knowledge you have. The knowledge you gained over your years of experiences, over the years of problems you solved for yourself. he would love that specific knowledge. And of course, this doesn't have to be with like the gym. It can be, let's say you figured out how to get married as a Muslim man. You figured out like how to like negotiate meher prices in this economy. You figured out how to speak to her dad. All those things, right? It could be something as simple as like reading the Quran with proper tajweed, overcoming procrastination, becoming productive for like your exams, getting good grades, learning, as I said, learn to lose fat as a desi man. It is whatever you've kind of gone through, you might be already getting ideas in your brain. And the thing is, we basically help others achieve the same thing as you. So basically, in a nutshell, it's like one, experience a problem, which you probably have already, right? There's plenty of problems in your life. You are broke right now. You want to make money online. That's a problem in your life. So you're already at this stage. Second point is, we just solve that problem for ourselves. You're going to go solve that problem. You might have already solved problems, or you can just solve a problem. Like it takes like a month to overcome procrastination, right? It's not that hard. Like, oh, I'm not being productive. Bang, just throw your phone away. You're being productive now, right? It doesn't take that long to actually solve that problem. And then we basically market it and we put the offer together with things we're going to talk about, and we basically sell the solution to other people who are just like you. And usually there's like 4 main buckets, like our knowledge, our specific knowledge, our solutions, all of these falls into. It can be like health. I want to lose weight. I want to gain muscle. I want to do this. I want to do that. It can be wealth, right? Like you are right now, how to make money online. Relationships. So like, how do I get married? Spiritual, like something with the deen, right? Like, increase my man, learn Arabic so I can like understand the Quran better. Stuff like that. But let's go straight into who do we actually help? Because we have a general idea of like the specific knowledge we can use. Let's talk about who we can help. So you're going to be basically helping other people just like you who are experiencing the same problem you solved for yourself. So kind of think of it like the younger version of you who's still going through being like a fat desi man who wants to get jacked, right? Who's still going through the same problems as you were 2 years, 3 years, 6 months ago. Because I want you to understand this. You are not special. I know you think you are, but you're really not. Other people are going through the same struggles. Like think about like the amount of views on this video, right? There's like 100 other people who also want to learn how to make money online. It's not like a common thing that you only have, right? There's hundreds and thousands of people who want to learn how to make halal money online. So it's just like a thing, right? So you and your problems are not special, which also is a very good thing because you can use your own solutions to help thousands and hundreds of other people going through the same thing. Again, like same example. Let's say you figured out how to lose 5 kilos of fat as a brown man whose mom always makes him eat biryani, right? Then you can teach other brown men whose mom always makes biryani how to lose that 5 kilos of fat. And you can do it in a shorter time period. Even if it takes them like the same amount of time as you can give them the knowledge, right? Because they wouldn't have been able to do it without the knowledge. You can basically gift them the knowledge that you had yourself, and that will help them get to the dream result, the 5 kilos of fat, so much faster. And the beautiful part, the best part about this is that you work on stuff you love. Like if you've lost 5 kilos of fat, if you've made any progress like that, you're already passionate about what you're doing. You're already passionate about the work and like the topic, the knowledge you have, right? And you also, on top of that, get to work with people who are so much similar to you, who also want to who make the same jokes, who you relate to so much because they're basically like another version of you. And by no means I'm saying, it's going to be so easy or it's going to be like this. But it's so much better than being an OnlyFans model where you're just selling your soul, running an agency, doing drop shipping, and you actually have more fun doing the work that you are doing. I'm going to be honest with you, you don't need to be an expert. I want you to understand this. Let me just show you that on the pyramid scheme. So basically, we only have to be like a little bit ahead of like the people we're helping. So let me explain this to you. Oh, actually, not this. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use this. Give me a second. Okay, let's say that you're like a brown man. You've lost and you've learned how to like lose fat, right? You basically are on this level here, and you can then help brown men that are on this level. So let's say you've lost 5 kilos. You can help the guy below you lose the same 5 kilos as you did. You know, the position you were in 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. You can help that guy, and he will actually get a lot more value from you because he relates to you a lot more compared to the guy who's all the way up here, right? Like a professional bodybuilder. this guy at level 1 will get like so much more value compared to the guy at level 5. Like he just will, because this guy is so far ahead. He doesn't like understand. This guy will be like, bro, what do you mean it's not that hard to like not lose, right? Just track your macros, bro. Well, you can give him a lot better like experiences. You can give him a lot better examples, and your specific knowledge will be so much more specific to his problems that he will just get better results, and he will appreciate like the work you're doing, the efforts you're putting in, and your specific knowledge so much more. Like, let me tell you, there was like this 15-year-old kid I knew that was making literally more money than me, and the thing he was doing was like he was on like level 2, right? On he was like helping like other 15-year-olds like make money. He was helping like maybe 14-year-olds make money online, right? And he had made like 2K a month, and he was basically helping the kids that were just a little bit below him make the same 2K a month. He was like, all right, guys, let's get to 2K a month. Let's get to this. Let's do this. Let's do that, right? That's what he was helping them with. And that's exactly like what you can do as well, right? You don't have to be like 100, like a millionaire or anything like that. You can just be a little bit above, and you will actually give great advice. You will actually help that person a lot, inshallah. So let's actually talk about how we're going to market, how we're actually going to attract the people we want to sell to, and like tell them about our specific knowledge. I want you to understand that the best way to market in 2025 is literally to just use the power of social media. Every business needs this thing called leads, which are basically like people you can contact and end up selling your product. And basically social media gives you the most leverage. Like, this is genuinely the gold rush of our generation. And not only can you get hundreds and thousands of people interested in you with only a little bit of effort, but you can also build an insane amount of trust and credibility in the process. But I know you might get like random like thoughts about your brain, like, oh no, I don't want to be outside on social media. Shut up. If you're a guy, you can't even say that. If you're like a sister or whatever, okay, like I don't want to put myself out there. That makes sense. If you're a man, please, I don't even want to hear it. Right? You need to understand that you have so much leverage, and you can get hundreds and thousands of people interested in you with only a little bit of effort. You can get thousands of leads, thousands of people who want to work with you, who like you, they trust you, just through one video that took you like 30 minutes to make, an hour to make. And in the process, you may build like an insane amount of trust and credibility in the process, which will actually allow you to sell. And there's already people doing it. You already know I'm doing it right in front of you. You see other people on social media, so many people. The reason there's even like on like offline stores, like real like in life stores, right? Like restaurants, all of those people are still on social media because they understand the power of social media, understand the power of personal branding, and how much that can help, how much that can change things, and how much that can transform your business. And I want you to understand this. This is not an insult, but if you want to make money online, with whatever it is, and you are not on social media, you're missing out on so much, and you are genuinely stupid. It's not an insult, it's just a fact. That if you want to make money online and you are not on social media, you are genuinely stupid. I'm sorry. Again, like, you are missing out on so much. And I'm telling you, I'm consuming social media, genuinely creating content, building out your personal brand will transform your business so fast. It will genuinely change things, and it is the most powerful thing you can do. So let's actually talk about what we're going to be doing on social media. I want to make this very clear. We're not going to be like sluts for attention, or we're not just going to be like making degenerate content, trying to go viral, trying to get a lot of views, trying to be famous. No, that's not what we're doing. There's plenty of people who have thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of views, yet they're still broke. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to genuinely help and change people's lives through our content. So you can see kind of like how my content is, right? Like, I'm genuinely trying to give you as much value, give you as much advice, help you out as much as I can. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to help people solve the specific problem they have, and like the specific problem you went through yourself, and you're going to give it all away for free. And this basically, like I said before, it will build credibility and trust, and that will help you sell later on, inshallah. But it will also like just get you a lot more people interested in you, interested in your product, and you build a lot of goodwill up front. So you might be asking, like, what platform do I use? It doesn't really matter most of the time. You can use like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Threads, all that stuff. I just recommend, like, I suggest YouTube is like the best one. It's long form. People get to spend the most time with you. Your content keeps compounding. So like a video might still get hundreds and thousands of views after 5 years of being uploaded. So I'll just tell you, just do YouTube. It is probably the best thing. That's the one I do. And like, there's a reason I do it, right? So I'll tell you that. But I also want to let you know, you don't need to get famous. I made my first like $100 when I had a couple hundred subscribers. I made my first $1,000 when I had like a couple thousand, like 1,000 subs, right? So you don't actually need thousands of followers or subscribers. You can have a very small community of like-minded people who want advice on the very same situation you're giving advice on, and we're going to be selling later on. But you just make it very, very you make your content very qualified. You give it it's more of like a sniper approach. You're doing it for a very certain person and you're giving them great advice on that topic. So how do we actually get customers and make money? Well, after you've made valuable content that's actually building up trust, that's actually helping people that we wanted to help in the first place, basically people are basically going to come to you and they're going to want more of stuff from you, right? They're going to want more videos, they're going to want closer access to you, and this is where we basically make them an offer. An offer is everything you give your customers in exchange for money. So it's kind of like the thing they pay for, right? So you can offer them different things. You can offer them digital products to people who come to you, they literally like you, they know you, they trust you, they've been watching your content, and you can give them different things. You can give them ebook, coaching, courses, training programs, stuff like that, even paid communities. But I would recommend coaching because you can go on one-on-one calls. You can, number one, charge more, which we're going to talk about. But you can go on one-on-one calls and you generally get to understand them a lot better, build that relationship and give them personalized advice on their situation and help them out a lot more, inshallah. And basically the goal with our offer and the product we're actually going to be selling, it's basically to get the customer to their dream result. So think about it, for the brown man, it's basically going to be I'm going to help you lose 5 kilos of fat. I know your mom keeps feeding you biryani. We're going to do this. We're going to help you lose 5 kilos of fat. That's going to be the dream result. That's the dream outcome that the customer wants. And that's basically what we help them get. And yeah, again, it's going to be in the same niches we talked about before, in these buckets. And I want to talk about how much you're going to be charging. We're going to be charging this thing called high ticket, which is basically where it's $1,000 plus, couple $1,000, and we basically make our product super worth it. The reason we charge a lot of money compared to a little bit of money, right? $100 product, $10 product is, well, you make more money working with less people, and you also need a smaller audience. So you basically just make your product and offer super worth it for the price. That's basically guaranteed that they're going to lose the 5 kilos of fat, they're going to find a wife, all of these things, right? You give them so many things. Maybe you give them coaching, you give them a paid community, you give them courses, everything they need to get the result, and you just make it super worth it for them to actually get things going, actually get the result that we promised them. And basically you just make an insanely good product. Again, the reason we charge more, I know you might have these really limiting beliefs. Oh, I don't want to charge $1,000 for my product. No, who's going to pay that? People don't have money. But when you charge this much, you're going to make more money, but people also get better results. And you also have to obviously work with less people. Let's say you wanted to get to 10K a month. If you were selling $100 product, you would have to sell that 100 times each month, compared to you selling a $2,000 product and you only have to sell to 5 people. And that also helps with you not being famous, with you not having a huge audience, right? You can have a couple thousand subscribers and you sell 2 of them a 5K product every month, bang, you're at 10K a month, right? Or you do a recurring thing and you only have 2, 3, 5, 10 people you're working with. It's super stress free. You're not stressing or anything like that, and you're just printing money just by charging more. And of course, not everyone's going to buy your product. Only a small portion would, but the type of people that do, the portion that does, they're going to number one, get insane results, but you will obviously make more money. And I want to make this very clear, with our product, with our offer, I need you to basically dedicate your life to your customers and over deliver, which also helps when you don't have that many customers in the first place. But basically do everything in your power to get them insane results, get them to the dream outcome, get them to their goal, and just give them as much as you can, and even over deliver on the price. That if they paid $3,000, you're giving them $5,000, $10,000 of value, and it's super worth it. So in general, here's what you're basically going to be doing. You're going to be finding the problems in your life that you have solved for yourself, and you're basically going to create content around that, sharing your story, your experiences, your learnings, telling people the things that helped you and that can help them. And from there, we basically offer a digital product to the people from our audience who liked us, they know us, they trust us, all those things. And this can be anything from course, coaching, mentorship, community. It can be all of these things. And we basically just dedicate ourselves to getting them insane results. And we basically just repeat the process, do more marketing, sell more, and you, inshallah, will get to your first 2K, first 5K, first 10K a month. And I want to end this on the most important thing for your success is going to have to be taking action, moving speed. You've gotten the knowledge, you've gotten like the thing you need. Now you actually just need to go and implement it. You need to stop thinking, stop using your brain because you haven't earned that right. Just go take action, inshallah, and I promise you that will be so worth it. That will help you so much. And also, just trust in Allah. Have some tawakkul. Go out of your way, praying, pleasing Him, and inshallah He will give you what you want. I hope this was valuable for you. Go join my free community. First link in the description. I'm thinking about hosting like what's it called? Daily Q&A calls. Like I'm gonna be giving a lot of advice. I'm dropping a lot of source in there. Inshallah, so go in there and I'll see you there.